black men to respond in an anger fashion and not get his ass beat, hung, or arrested, right? And this is just 50 years ago. You feel me? With you got what do they call them niggas? NWA. You got all them boys that was telling their stories and their music about how they felt. One thing that I feel like people don't understand about a problem is just because you see something not as a problem does not mean it's not a problem. When women first,
true indeed.
when women
That's
first,
true indeed.
yeah, when women first had their movements, did you know that 60% of men told women that women did not need equality or to work because they're natural being, because of Eve in Christianity said that the woman needs to be in the home to take care of her man.
You don't think the woman's supposed to be in the house to take care of the kids while the man go out and work? You don't
Oh,
think that?
it depends on what society you're in. Now, you see with me,
Well,
personally,
no. Hold up.
uh-huh.
I'm saying in all societies, like the
No,
man is the strong.
people have freedom.
Hold up. Let me explain. I'm talking about a marriage couple. For one, I'm talking about a marriage couple.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm saying in all societies, like the man is supposed to be the stronger being, right?
Right,
What you
right.
say they're the stronger vessel. They're here to protect the pregnant woman. They can protect the pregnant woman while they're pregnant. So they pretty much is the protector, the provider, and the leader.
Right.
So that's the man's roles, whether you believe in God or not. Like that's nature tells
You
you
right.
that you're the stronger vessel, you protector, and you're supposed to provide. Nature's tell you that alone. So I feel like, for one, America's built off Christian values anyway, and that's why America is the way it has become. Well, was great at the time, and I feel like it can still be great, but it was built off those values, and those values are getting pushed out, and that's why I feel like America is losing its morality and losing the building stones of how they was built.
Yeah. But you gotta see, okay, so do you take care of your wife? You married, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I take care of my wife, right? Now,
Yeah.
back in those days, a man was like abuse to your wife was not a big deal. You wouldn't go to prison for it. If you would sleep with your wife without her permission, it wouldn't be considered rape. You understand what I mean? Those were the biggest problems, and there were times, especially at those positions, most of the women that was actually fighting for equality was not married women. Married women actually sided with their husbands. It was the woman that was left with 2 kids the government did not give any assistance to, and she could not get a decent job except for being a maid and a restaurant person. You understand what I mean? That's when the movement of those women came up, which I agree with, because if you say that men are supposed to take care of women, what about the ones that are not being taken care of? You understand what I mean?
For one, the reason why they're in that situation because they made decisions that wasn't best for them at that time. If they would have waited into marriage and got married, then had kids with the person that they known, they wouldn't have been in that situation.
There's a lot of that situation.
Do you agree with
man.
that? No, hold up.
No, I
do. You agree with that?
I do, but a lot of that situation.
But what you're stating right now is the end result and all that what I just said though. Like that is the end result is okay. I got 2 kids and I'm a single mother, but it's a reason how it got there.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not because okay, like today, divorce is at a 52% rate, right? Back then, divorce was at like a 60 to 70% rate, right? So those men that no longer wanted to be with their wife that they've been with for the past 15 to 25 years, because there was no real restriction to hold the men from leaving, those men left. You understand?
Weak man, right?
Yes.
Weak man, right? Okay.
Yes. Weak men, hella weak men. You understand what I mean? And that's the part that I'm saying, that even those single women, those single ex-wives, and we lost a mad women from the Vietnam War at that time. Their sons and their husbands would leave, and those women would have nothing left over.
See, we talking about 2 narratives. We talking about 2 different narratives. Now, you speaking of a single woman pretty much left to defend her own. I'm talking now. My narrative is a married couple. Do you agree with that? The woman is more naturally supposed to be,
I was talking about equality for women. That's what I was talking about. Equality for women, when they were fighting for equality, and the reason behind why they needed equality.
There's no such thing as equality though, because in the military, is the PT test, the APFT test,
No,
is that equal?
no.
So you're fighting for equality, but when you're placed in a situation to be considered equal as a man, you're not meeting the same expectations
Right,
as a
right.
man.
No,
So that's my point. Like,
more.
you asking to be considered equal, but we all know in reality you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Into
You're
some
equal as
into
hold
and
on, let me fix that. You're equal in far as human,
right.
but me as a stronger being in my role of leadership, we're not equal in that.
But
Because I was built for that, and you wasn't. You was built. Well, I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
so if a staff sergeant, a male staff sergeant, makes $70,000 a year, and a female staff sergeant makes $50,000 a year, is that not equal? That's a problem, right?
I think it's a problem that you're in the same rank as I am, and we're doing the same thing, but you're not really meeting the same qualification. I think that's a problem. Yeah.
No, the same, but the PT qualification is not the same thing as the mental qualifications that you would need to even get to that rank. Because
True.
we both know now. Okay, in my military time, I've met women that I would consider better of a soldier than a lot of men that I've met. You understand what I mean? So,
but is that rare or is that normal?
That's rare. That's rare.
All right. That's my point.
Yeah,
my point.
but you see, you got to give them the chance, though. You got to give them the open door. There has to be an open door for you to prove that we are equal. Instead
we
of,
don't have to, but we don't have to necessarily prove that, because we know that we human equally human. We already know that, but our roles are supposed to be equal. We are not supposed to be doing the exact same thing as a man and a woman. I that's my perspective. I could be wrong, and I'm always minded to hear different. But I don't think that we was literally designed to do the same exact thing like that. I don't think so.
Well, we're not designed to do the same thing, but I was just saying I understand the concept of equality. Let me go back to the concept of Black Lives Matter, but I was just branching off to the women movement to show you that, 60% of men were not okay with women being equal, and 40% of women were not okay with women fighting for equality. Now, when you want to say,
let me say this before you. I think the reason why a lot of men wasn't cool with it, because it kind of make a man look weak for a woman to be able to do the same exact thing they're doing. So for one, that would kill their or their ego alone. You don't think so? You don't think so? That
means you have weak egotistic values. That's not the woman's fault.
Is it possible though? Is it possible that they could have been thinking that way?
No. Yes, it's possible that they thought that way. I'm very sure that that's how they were thinking. But I'm saying it's a weak mentality. If my wife makes more money than me, I would not feel less of a man at all.
And you shouldn't feel less of a man, because some jobs are easier and you can make more money. So I'm not saying the aspect of the job, but I'm saying if you're doing the same thing I am, you wouldn't think a married man doing the same thing as his woman, like physically. I ain't talking about just regular work. I'm talking about like labor.
Right.
You don't think that he would have any type of feeling about that? His woman doing the same exact work he is? You don't think that would be any type of issue?
I get the concept, but you can't dilute it to that one man's feeling compared to all of women's equality.
No, what I'm saying is it possible though?
It's possible. I've seen it myself.
My thing is this. I'm not trying to take away from the woman. The woman is great. And the woman, I feel like the woman was here to help and be helpful where it's needed. And just like a man is, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's just the way I was taught or raised, but I just feel, I guess you'd call it insecure about my wife doing more physically work than I am.
Right.
Because I know I am stronger. I know
right.
I know I could endure pain probably more than she could in certain ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would feel a little like, dang man, I want my wife working that hard. You know, it's not like a jealousy thing. It's just like a point that I don't want my wife working that hard. And that's my view though. It could be different with other men though. Yeah. It's not a jealousy thing for me though.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So my wife, when I was in the military, she was a medical assistant. I mean, we pretty much really made about the same amount of money, really. And I was doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was pretty much, I was a whole soldier at the time. So it wasn't jealousy, but I knew her being a medical assistant, that it wasn't really labor. Like, it wasn't physically hard work like I was doing. So I was okay with it. Now
Yeah.
if she was a soldier, it's like I'm not saying that against women that's in the military, that's a soldier, but I wouldn't marry my wife if she was a soldier. It's just me. Because I know I'd be in the field 2 or 3 weeks stinking and being a man and all that. You know, I wouldn't want my wife to be right beside me,
Yeah, I
doing
feel
that.
you.
So that's all I'm saying, man. I just feel like a woman supposed to be
Christiche? How you say that
pretty. She's
name?
supposed to be pretty. She's supposed to be set aside, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel different about it though.
I feel you, but it doesn't. No matter how you feel about it, it doesn't take away that if a woman is a CEO of a company, she should. Okay, let me tell it like this example. I work at Pepperidge Farm, right? The male CEO the female CEO prior to the male CEO. No. The male CEO prior to the female CEO used to make $9 million a year. Pepperidge Farm, right? When the female CEO came in, she only made $6.5 million a year. It wasn't because of seniority. It wasn't because of time. It was simply the fact. You understand what I mean? When he first came into the job, when he first came into the position, making $8 to $9 million a year, and then when she came into the position, she's making $6 million a year. That's inequality.
And okay, and back to it again though. Now I seen a lot of different jobs where women get hired just because they look curvy. Now what you got to say about that?
That's a benefit though, because there are jobs where
that ain't cool. That ain't equal though.
No, it's not equal on any side. Cause okay, there's some jobs like in my job with the warehouse job, only men really did those jobs because women are physically not able to do those jobs, and those jobs pay much more than the women jobs. You understand what I mean?
I feel like I have worked around women that like I have did labor jobs outside of the military, like that you wouldn't think that the average woman would do, but when I worked with those women, they was damn near men.
Yeah.
That's my point exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they turn into men, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, you were lying.
A woman's not supposed to be testing herself like that, in my
But
opinion.
you should. I believe in giving them the chance to. I mean, if that's what you
And
want to do it. Like I tell my wife, if you want to be a stay-home wife, you can be a stay-home wife. If you want to be a fucking entrepreneur, you can do that. If you want to be a doctor, do whatever makes you happy, because as long as I'm happy and you happy, we good. You feel me?
I agree. But you ain't gonna have your wife working harder than you, are you?
I feel weird. I feel weird about that.
All right, so we're gonna